Self-driving trucks are getting pretty good, but think about what happens when they make it onto the road. Shipping's going to get a lot cheaper, but millions of truck drivers are going to need a new job. It's not just truckers. This McKinsey report estimates that by 2030, 400 million workers globally could lose their jobs to automation. It's a profound change in the way our economy works, and it doesn't have to be a bad one. So what's happening to trucking is the same thing that happened to Blockbuster, travel agents, grocery store cashiers, and dozens of other jobs. They're being replaced by a piece of software, which means the first model is expensive, but all the copies are basically free. The easiest way to get it is to replace a human worker with a piece of software. To think about that in practice, think about how we share photos. For most of the 20th century, Kodak was the biggest name in photography, but it couldn't survive the smartphone. Kodak filed for bankruptcy in 2011, just 4 years after the first iPhone launched. Now, instead of manufacturing millions of canisters of film, we just use an app. At its peak, Kodak employed 145,000 people. Instagram, it's just under 500, and Instagram's worth a lot more money. So what happened to all those jobs? The shift didn't come from some brilliant new film developing robot. We just stopped using film. It's not robots replacing workers, but zero marginal cost businesses replacing legacy industry. People argue a lot whether this is good for business or bad for workers, but where pessimists see a future without jobs, optimists see a future without work. It used to take a lot of labor to call a cab or get something shipped to your house, but now it's easy. Businesses found a way to serve lots of people with a single upfront investment, and that efficiency makes it a lot cheaper for everyone. Technological unemployment could be offset by a vastly cheaper cost of living and social programs like a basic income. Most of the benefits of scaled software are going to people who own Facebook and Google stock, but it doesn't have to be that way. Even if we don't go all the way to luxury space communism, we can still use progressive taxation to fund things like public education and universal healthcare. But first, we have to admit there's a problem.